Hey YouTube, I'm Sarah. This afternoon I'm here with Bruna, Elton, and Charles. We're gonna talk about negotiations. This is a business English meeting, so that's the topic we're gonna discuss today. We just introduce ourselves to practice and just to get to know each other a little bit more. And now we have the second question to answer. Okay, so would you say you are a good negotiator? Why or why not? Just let's share a little bit about our skills. I'm gonna start and then I can choose the next person, okay? So I'm trying to learn this skill because it's not easy for me. I always want to please the other person, you know? So if you want to be a good negotiator, I think you gotta know the other, but you also have to be strong, to be firm. And this is hard to me sometimes, so I'm trying to learn, take some courses on how to be more convincing, persuasion, that is very important as well. At the moment, I would say I'm not such a good negotiator, just in the process, you know. Maybe I could take some tips from you guys today, because it's not my strong suit. But I believe we are all here to improve and develop, and I think it's possible to be better at something, even though it's not a natural thing for you, you know. And you're welcome.
I need negotiation in my job every day because in my position I need negotiation with stakeholders and companies. Uh, I'm motivated to learn English because I need the negotiation Portuguese every day. And I need to talk very well in my job. I think I I need, uh, but I need to improve uh, to improve my communication, my uh, arguments. But I I I do every day because my position is necessary. Charles,
Three questions to me, I guess, because talk about ourselves, it's difficult. It's sharp presumptions, I guess. I don't know why I can say this in English. Talk about ourselves. I used to do a lot. When I was in Brazil, I had I had abusing. We need to handle with that. Farm, it's an environment there. We used to handle with negotiation all the time. But I cannot say that I'm a good negotiator. Because to me, good business, it's when it's good for the both, not for one side. I work with one Japanese guy when I was more young, maybe around 18, 19, one big company called Lavoura e Pecuária de Araxo near Brasilia. Maybe all the potato and onions there Brasilia eat come from this farm. And these Japanese taught us their good business. It's good when the both be happy with the business. And on capitalism, good negotiation, it's their guy there can take advantage from the others, and it's not my philosophy. So I cannot consider myself a good negotiation. I do, and I had business, but I think not this way that we can see nowadays. I think I told too much for don't say nothing, but yeah, I hope you got some ideas from me. Who know me know that I'm a little bit crazy and I have controversial ideas. What do you think about? What are you, Bruna?
Well, in this morning, Felipe asked me if I have any expertise. So I think that's it. I'm expert in negotiation. When a consumer, because if I need to salesman to sell something, it's maybe for me it's difficult a lot. It's very hard. So I I think the philosophy is Japanese that Charles said is maybe the win and win. I think a good negotiation is when the both win the negotiations. No, it's very important, because if you one person and or consumer or the sellers, the businessman win, it's so bad. It's not a good. It's not a good negotiation. That's it.
I want to take some lessons from you, okay, about negotiation for sure. But I understood it's better for you, for example, to negotiate about prices, about buying some stuff than selling it, right?
Right. The price for me, it's very important. So all the time when I want to buy something, I speak a lot for the salesperson, and I calculate the percentage for the discount. For example, I know about the thing, the subject, the object, specific object, for example. And for example, I negotiate if the price is 1,000. I don't know, say this a vista. So I negotiate if I pay a vista, but in the conversation, I know, but I want to split in two times, two times. I think that's it. So that's it. And a lot of times I have success in my negotiation.
Yeah, very good. And Charlie said about being good for the both parts. It makes a lot of sense, because you can imagine you sell something and oh, it's good, it's great, but a few short time after, this person wants to cancel the contract or want to, I don't know, doesn't want to do business with you anymore. So you kind of lost a client, because even though you won the first part, but after you lost the client. So you should be able to know the person, right? And make sure you are actually meeting their needs and not only doing something that it makes sense for you. So I think I'm gonna go to the next question number 3. What's the hardest part about negotiating? Why do you think, Elton? What is the hardest part for you?
I think is depend the people. The negotiation is good to be good. The two parts. I think the hard because somebody is can happy or sad because negotiation. I think it's finding the way, because you cannot forget you you can negotiation the same people a lot. You cannot think I win the negotiation, the finish, but you can the people again, and the people cannot negotiation for you again because you win. I think hardest the part. That's it. Bruna.
I think it's difficult. It's necessary to face the shame, to face the judgment about you, because the other person judgment you that you. Some people think you can't afford this. It's, for example, or you are being miserable, or pão duro, pão de vaca. I don't remember the snake. Ship skate. I think that ship is so. Thank you. Ship skate. Oh, it's not true for me because I want to value my money, and I know that's important, and it's possible for the businessmen. I think sometimes it's possible. When I see that it's impossible, the object, for example, that I want to buy, have a right price, for example, it's okay for me. I don't negotiate or do something. I ask for the other gift, for example. Sometimes I negotiate anything, a price, a gift, anything I negotiate. I think the difficult is to face the shame. It's more difficult for me. And you, Charles?
It's one more time. It's a trick question because for who don't like, everything it's hard, and for who like, everything it's easy. I cannot see nothing hardest in one negotiation, but for being something, maybe the hard thing about negotiation, it's time. Time, it's a factor. No factor, I guess. No factor, it's not correct. It's the item, I guess. I can use item. It's the item more important in one negotiation because you need time. Sometimes we need time. We need too much time for do one negotiation. And nowadays times it's worth caro, and I think it's hardest in one negotiation. If you don't have time, maybe you cannot do a good business. Yeah, I think that's it. What do you think, Sarah?
Yeah, Charles, I'm with you. I was here thinking that when I worked with sales, I always listen to that about time, because some clients are going to buy on the first try and others will ask a lot of questions, and then you're gonna wait for a while to get in contact with them again and again, and maybe you will wait a few months to get your answer, your positive answer. So it's, in fact, like you said, it's very important being patient, which I'm not, I gotta confess. And the other thing, it is the being prepared about the thing you are going to present for your client, because sometimes they ask a lot of questions you never considered before. So you have to be to improvise even, or to know how to handle that situation, because you have like a script, but people are not robots. so they can ask, they can have a different perspective, and you can always find yourself in a hard situation because of those questions. And for example, I'm giving some classes, and sometimes the students come up with questions that I'm like, my gosh, I don't know. But it's so hard to just say I don't know. And it might sound unprofessional that you are not interested in helping. So we should always, find a way to handle these moments. So for me, that's the hardest part about negotiating. And I like we brought up the perspective of working with clients, and Bruna brought the perspective of a client. So we can, I think, compare the two perspectives, because negotiation can involve both sides, okay? You can just bring your idea and it's great. And let me just go to the next one. So question number 4, I'm gonna ask Bruna to start this one and share your opinion with us.
Yes. What information is essential to collect when negotiation? Well, I think all information. What is possible, it's very important. Now with the internet, I search a lot thing that I want, and I go, for example, and I buy for the internet if it's for me it's so good. But if necessary to go for the story, I went to I ask anything any more things for the salesperson. But I said that I'm very fast in this moment because I know I want these things, for example. So very important to go finish your doubts about the things and pay and negotiate about the price. It's easier and it's to buy a present physical store, because in the internet it's difficult. Even a não ser, even though you call in the chat, for example, maybe that's it. But I think it's necessary to collect any information, in special the price, the percentage, the discount do you want, for example. I think it's very important, because if you want ask for the salesperson about the discount, how much, so it's impossible they talk a specific price. For example, if you take a price and talk about the percentage, I think it's easy. And you, Sarah, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. I also search a lot, especially if I'm buying something online, because you can get wrong sometimes, right? It's important to look at the comments. And when I'm thinking about negotiating with a client, for example, I would say budget. It is essential to know how much this person is willing to pay for your service or product. What else? And the purpose, because maybe you have different types of products that are suitable for different reasons. Your client wants to, I don't know, grow on the internet, or they want to just sign for a specific package. So if you know what is the goal, it is very important for you to negotiate and explain why you are recommending a certain type of product, and what could be the benefits or even the drawbacks. Not so much talking about the drawbacks, but if the client asks, you have something to tell them. That is important as well, to be prepared for even the negative questions that could affect your sale. So I guess it is about how much they are willing to pay and what is the purpose of your sale. And how about you, Welton? Do you agree? Do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's too important goals the client and pains, you need now the people the important now time with Charles said. I think because you know the contest, you can do propose and you help or the people they change the price, but I need you need and now goals the people and pains you can change the price, you can change the situation. I think my opinion. Your opinion, Charles.
Yeah, I follow you. Wow. You all and mainly Bruna wrote about customer side, and I will bring about the salesman side, I guess. And in my point of view, one salesman should know what the customers want. Bruna said there, she do a thinking about the product there she want to buy, and I think everyone before buy something, they do some searching, some buy internet or other channels, but the most of the customers don't know what they really want, and I think the good sales should catch what the feeling what the customer have in that moment there he start be assertion. The moment there the customer come to the store, the salesman should be open for listen and try to discover what what this customer really want, not what they ask, but what they really want. Yeah, I think that's it. Have a good stories by internet, and there one guy there go to buy one helmet for one motorcycle, and in the other store the guy discover more things, and by internet have a lot of stories in this way, and I think it's important. To me, to be a salesman, it's not only one profession, it's an art there we should get. But that's it. Go ahead, Sarah.
I was waiting for you to tell the story, the end of the story. I was curious. I was here. Okay, tell me.
I don't know. Tell exactly.
I'm curious.
I don't know. I don't know, and it's difficult to talk in English. But like in one store, the guy come to the store, buy one helmet for ride a bicycle. Comprar capacete para andar de motocicleta. In the other store, the same customer come, go to the another store, and the salesman ask, what kind of what kind is your motorcycle? Oh no, one Harley. So you don't need this kind of helmet. You need one different type, and like the another customer discover there what o outro vendedor descobriu o que foi mais profundo na discussão e viu que o comprador queria era uma moto customizada, era uma moto diferente, não era simplesmente um capacete. Era um outro tipo de capacete. Não, isso é importante você entender disso. Eu vou falar em português porque não dá para eu contar essa história. Mas é bem famosinha, até aí no Instagram, no YouTube, isso é muito famosinha. Mas esse é o tipo de mentalidade que um vendedor tem que ter. Entendeu? Você tem que descobrir. Aí o cara vai lá e não, olha, esse capacete aqui, não é só esse capacete. Você não precisa de um capacete fechado para uma Harley Davidson, você precisa de um capacete aberto, você não vai andar, você vai andar a baixa velocidade. E aí o cara vende outros produtos, porque o cara era um comprador customizado, era um comprador específico, não era um molecão que queria só comprar para uma 360 e sair voando. É isso aí, essa é a história. Eu uso escutar muito essas coisas, eu acho muito bom. Yeah. Sorry, I need to talk in Portuguese.
No problem.
Portuguese is our mother language.
I think
it's this kind of thing I think the salesman should have. Should reserve one time for listen, for feeling. Yeah. The most time I'm including this in this word there. I go to buy something, but I don't know what I want exactly, and sometimes I buy things that don't fit me. I buy something wrong to me, and I think the salesman should be there, should be patient for listen. And what other statement that I like too much is, today we don't sell, we do, we make friends. And I think it's important that you reserve time for listening your customer. That's it. Sorry, Bruno, go ahead. I talk too much.
No. So I think you said an interesting thing that sales it's an art. I agree a lot, because if the salesman, the salesperson understand what your necessity, it's then so sell a lot things, and then special you are I don't know, fiel client customers. So because you trust for them, I think it's very important. No, that's it.
Yeah, that is true. I was remembering, for example, when I go to a store to buy makeup, I came looking for a lipstick, but then I leave the store with foundation, with other stuff, because the salesperson was actually good and was like, okay, you got a lipstick, but how about your foundation? This foundation, it's better for your skin because of this and that. And then we call this a cross-sell, when you are able to sell other products that are related to the initial desire of your client. So like Charles mentioned, if you have this skill and you are good at reading people, you can maybe sell more and make a better negotiation, because you paid attention. That it's essential for not only selling, but in this type of job, you cannot afford to be distracted, right? So Charles said something about skills that is related to question number 7. What skills can we learn from negotiating? And he said about reading people, being able to have a good conversation, and other stuff. I would like to know from Elton, your opinion.
About this question 5.
Number 7, okay?
7, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think what skills, I think communication, the first skill, empathy, I need, Charles said, you need exchange your client, listen, good listen, and is you need like the product or the service. You can't sell one product you don't like it front. I think the seller is need like and now the product or service. I think the skills the good negotiation. Do you think, Bruno?
Well, I agree with you. I think it's very necessary to communication, pay attention, and patience too, because sometimes the customer is difficult, no? Like me, when you go and ask any discount, it's difficult, no? It's necessary to have a jogo de cintura, maybe. And the empathy, like you said, I think all the time it's necessary. And let me see. And the other, like Sarah said about the makeup, it's proactive person because it's necessary to offer anything and understand your customers. When you understand your customers, it's possible to sell more things for them. For example, like Sarah said, you offer the one the consumer here go to store wants something that it's you offer the other and possible to sell the other things. I think it's very important for the salesperson. And you, Charles?
No,
Skill.
I guess you both summarize well. Elton was amazing in your approach, I guess. Yeah, communication, it's the top one, I guess. It's more important. You broke patches there. It's the second one, I guess. And when I studied a little bit about salesman, I think about fisherman. And to me, a salesman should be a fisherman. Be patient for get your lunch, your dinner. But for complement, I will bring two skills there. I listen too much from Denzel Washington. Commitment and oh my gosh, I forgot. Resilience. Commitment and resilience. Se você não tiver resiliência, não tiver compromisso, I guess you will not finish. You will not achieve your goals. That's it, I guess. Only for compliment, but you all summarize well. And to me, the two top, it's a communication patterns. Bring something for us, Sarah. You are more smart than me, for
Never.
sure.
Never. Oh
I
gosh.
know this.
I was here thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to say? Honestly, because a lot of great points, and I couldn't agree more. I just want to add the organization for sure, but that's not like specific for only negotiating, you know. But of course, you gotta maybe have a plan, a worksheet to put on information about your clients, even though sometimes they are not so, you don't talk with them every month. But for example, like I said, the client denied your request today can buy something with you in the next months. So it is important to not lose this bridge, this contact, you know. And I believe that you also have to be a little bit of creative, because like I said, people are unpredictable. So if you can came up with good solutions in a different, in an unusual way, it could have that wow factor, you know, you can surprise them. And I think it is about that type of service that you make people feel special, and they feel enchanted by your service. Not only, oh, I was helped, he sold me what I need, but I also got something else. That's also important for clients, and they feel willing to share with others, to promote your brand. And this is another factor that makes a lot of difference, for sure. So let's talk a little bit about salary. Okay, that is the subject for our next meeting in the next week. But let's talk about negotiating with salary. Question number 9. Do you negotiate before starting a new position? Charles, can we start? Do you have this habit? Are you brave enough?
No, actually, my entire life, the most part of my life, I work for the government, and I could not negotiate my salary because I'm public servant. And nowadays here in Cal, it's difficult too. In this first moment, because I don't have credibility. Não tenho credibilidade. I don't know if I can say this. I try. But for sure, I choose the position. Take a look the wage, and here I changed some jobs because that. I like stories and have stories about you should choose one place there you have value. Oh, the people value you. I have a story from the internet too. There, one old hellos don't value nothing something, but on the museum they have too much value. And I think in the same way. And I try to change my job. Take a look at the wages there they pay. And if I feel the company don't have one program that I can grow up, it's for sure I will not stay for long. Yes, it's happened here, and I will do how many times it's necessary for find a place there I get my value, I guess. Yeah, it's difficult to explain in English, but I think in this way you should be open to change all the time. In some companies, it's not necessary you try to negotiate your salary, because like they have one vision about you, they have one position for you. And some companies, mainly in Brazil, I know a lot. I'm not working in the private sector, but I know a lot. Company there, they don't give value for your guy there grew up together the company. They prefer get another guy from other place than give opportunity for the guy grew up. Yeah, that's it. What do you think, Bruna? Bruna, it's the same page of me.
Well, like you said, for me, it's difficult to negotiate my salary because I work with public service, and it's a specific salary. Don't have any opportunity to negotiate about this. But I negotiate other benefits. For example, in the building that I work in, have parking. So I don't know, coberto, and the other aberto. So I, in the specific area, have a parking coberto. So, okay, but I'm coming for the next, for the area, but I want a parking coberto. Tudo bem? Okay, it's all right for me. I think it's a good negotiation. It's the other benefits you have, and the flexibility, time for to work. I think this is possible to negotiate, but the salary it's impossible in my case. That's it. And you, Elton?
I I try hope I try to hope the time. I think you start in the new position. You can't prove your value because you start. But I I hope it's 6 months more or less. I negotiate. I I show my job, my new position, and I can uh, I can I can put my new salary. Is normally I I did these others times is the is right is right because you do in companies is normal you do the new position you you prove your abilities, né? Your skills, uh, you can negotiate. But when uh, the possibility is before I try negotiate, but is usually I hope the time and I negotiate because I show uh, my abilities and I show the the improve the area. I I think yeah, I now can negotiate. It's very difficult. The manager said no because it's depend the my new position, my strategy. Sarah, and you.
Yeah, I have to agree, but also not so much because I feel you when you say about, oh, I just started this position, so I'm not able to negotiate. But I think that's a mindset that keep us behind, you know, because we feel like you might be new at this company, but probably you have other experiences that you should value, you know, because it is so tough to have a career, right? To study, to prepare yourself, to invest in yourself. So maybe I'm not saying you are wrong, just a little thing to think about, okay? Uh, you should appreciate your way, your path until here, for sure. And I'm trying to follow my own advice because I want to be able to negotiate as well. I'm trying to do it, but every time I put my salary expectation, I feel like, oh my gosh, they are not gonna pay this, or they are. Oh, I always question myself. It is too high. It is too low. I should be asking for more, so I can put in because you ask for more and knowing you are not gonna receive, and then at least you are gonna get the place you want. But if you ask for less, it's terrible because you're gonna receive less or even less than the small you asked for. So I don't know if I get lost of track a little bit, but anyhow, I'm trying to develop this skill of negotiating, of, like I said, value my efforts until here because it is important, right? It's not only that the company is hiring you and making a favor, but it is an exchange. You have something they want to, so you should be able to negotiate and see if it works for you or not. And I have to learn from Charles. He does not stay if he thinks he's not appreciated enough, and he's completely right. One day in my life, I'm gonna be just like Charles. I hope.
Yeah, sounds crazy when we left the position as a public servant with a good salary in Brazil. Yeah, everyone told you you are crazy. And I agree. And I agree. And I agree. But like one time the secretary of my sector said, if you don't happy with this position, do another concurso. I don't know how I can say concurso in English, and I will not try. And I agree with him. I agree with him. All right. If you don't have here, find another way. And I do exactly that. I'm not happy anymore. It's a good salary, but I'm not feel. I'm too much time in a comfort zone and do the same task, and I cannot saw horizon to grow up. And I thought no, and join a lot of things like Brazil moment, I guess. And I think in this way, like if you don't feel happy, try do another things. And yeah, maybe it's crazy.
A little bit of craziness, it's okay. It's fun indeed. What do you think, Bruna?
You went for the Canada without job, Charles, or you
Yeah.
go a specific job?
No, I come to Canada in the dark room. I don't know nothing here. I don't know anyone here, and I come without job, without any offer, and only put my bag in my back. I make my backpack and I come to Canada. But I can tell you here have a lot of job, more job than people for work. Not good job, not good position, because you should prove your quality here. But job have a lot. Job have a lot of job. The company here fish you in the laço. I don't know if I can say pega você no laço. But like I said, not good jobs. Jobs there you should work hard, but you can pay your bills, and yeah, and you should prove your quality, and maybe you can get one better position. That's it. But I come alone. I don't know anyone here. And yeah, I don't left my job because we can get a license, and I get a license for 2 years, and I don't lost my job. If I want, I can back, but it's not my goal. And I cannot back anymore.
Nowadays, your family with you, yes?
Yeah, everyone here. My dog is at school. It's a amazing school, and I cannot pay too much money like in Brazil. By Brazil, I pay uma fortuna, and the health here it's free too, and it's amazing here. It's amazing, and the work, like I work in one position, in a middle position, not a high position, but here I can pay all my bills. I work alone. In Brazil, my wife and me, we are both public servant. We have a high salary, like we are in the 5% of Brazilian guy salary, and we cannot pay our bills. All right, and here I'm alone, and I can pay our bills. And when she start, maybe we will become rich. I guess it's a joke.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah. Give me a call when you became rich, okay? Just
you are right. I invited, and you don't agree.
yeah, he invited everyone. I don't know if his wife will
It's not
agree.
true.
Oh gosh, thank you guys. So I shared the survey with you. You can just give a perspective about this meeting, suggesting the topics. Next week, we're going to talk about salary. As I said, we have kind of mindset here in Brazil to not talk about money so much. So I wanted to bring this discussion here. I think that's it for now. Do you guys have anything else to say? Any considerations about this topic or the meeting itself?
It's good.
Okay.
I like to. It's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope we can see you here more often. Okay, always welcome. I'm just gonna ask you to say your goodbyes, and don't go yet. Okay, I'm gonna end the live just a minute.